Hello, my name is CarX82 and welcome back to my Gregtech New Horizons series. Just been doing a bit of crafting off camera here, and I have gotten all the components here, I think, for the next multi-block that I'm going to be building, and that is the drilling rig. So in theory, when I craft all this stuff, I should complete a quest, and if I don't, I did something wrong. So let's see if, yep. I did forget about the mining pipes though. So it needs quite a bit of steel, so that's a thing. Although you get, let's see, one large stainless steel pipe, which is 12 stainless steel, gets 64. Don't I have one of those around? I'm not using these, so why don't I just go ahead and do that. What do I put it in? A wire mill? I only need 2 of these. Yep. We'll put that back. That's actually... Just kidding. Does that need a higher tier? It does. So that's a thing. So that's 12. That'd be 48. Let's see, what is that? This is 6, right? It's almost like a 1-to-1 to curious what wire mill would be. That's actually really easy. Let me go ahead and craft this, and is this worth it? Yeah, why not? We'll craft it up. All right, that only took a couple minutes actually, so pretty easy to craft that up. So let's just, where can I put it? I guess I'll just throw it at the end. This really long line of machines here. It'd probably be better if I did kind of what I was doing on that side, actually have the cable go down the middle, but for now, I'm just gonna leave this. I can never catch that. Always falls. And there is the advanced wire mill. Did I? I did not hook that up to the power. All right, and I'm also electrolyzing lazurite dust for aluminum. I'm finding it's a pretty good source. I need wire cutters. And this one's probably gonna fall. Yep. Never works. All right, so there we go. Let's put this back. All right, everything seems to be working out pretty well down here. Doing pretty well on the steam and everything. And what I've been kind of doing, I don't know if I can't remember if I pointed this out, is turning this off. And then if I'm using a whole lot of power, I will turn it back on to kind of supplement this. So this is going down a bit because I'm using MV machines over here. But once I stop using those, they should, it'll go back up. And a 10 configuration circuit seems to do pretty well. I haven't dropped below 3 million. All right, so there is the mining pipe. Probably the most expensive thing on here is the data sticks. Now, I don't really know if I'm going to need more of these. I have 4. Like, these are pretty expensive. Yeah, I might as well take the most expensive thing. I don't know if I'm going to be needing it, but there we go. All right, so here is all the parts for this multi-block. And actually, I'm going to need a way to power it, and I just realized I don't. I'm going to have to craft some batteries probably, and a battery buffer. It's a battery buffer. That's not hard to make, is it? So even like the 16 slot, no, it's just copper. Lots of copper, and I actually have a ton of it. So why don't we... I thought I was ready, but apparently not. I am almost out of aluminum here. So that's why I am crafting more up. And I have a chest. So I'm going to go ahead and... I think I'm just going to go ahead and do the medium slot. Or the 16 slot. So this is 8 each. Yeah, it needs 32, and I have a ton. So why don't we just go ahead and we'll throw that in there. Take that with the configuration 8, that'll turn it into machine casing, and then throw that in with that, and there we go. All right. And then that is crafting up. Okay, so in between episodes, I also did a bit more prospecting, and let me just throw this in here. Did that just... I feel like that was weird. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know, whatever. So if we look on my mini-map, I have put a couple waypoints here, and what these are is pointing out the oil field. Now the oil field is every 8 chunks, and it is not offset or anything. So meaning every 8 chunks starting from like a 0, 0 is a new oil field. So 128, 256, and like 384 is kind of like the if you divide it by, it's 64 blocks, so it's 8 chunks, so 64 blocks. So every 64 blocks is a new oil field. So if you do it like a division of 64, and so if we look at this, this is the oil field I'm sitting in. I'm like right in the middle of it, and I did 4. And what I have done is actually prospected in this chunk, this chunk, this chunk, and this chunk. So that's going to give a different reading. And we can actually look at the books here. I don't want to, I have these set up, so like this is the northwest, southwest corner, but so if we look at, this is the original one I did. And the chunk that we are in is the 69 to 113 oil. So this chunk is 69 to 113, or this oil field is 69 to 113. And if we go to this chunk, it'll do like this oil field. I keep saying chunk, but I mean oil field. So this 8 by 8 oil field will do this one, this one, this one, this one. It'll do the 9 around it. So this one, if I do the prospecting on this oil field will show up, but instead of being a 5, it'll be a, like if we look at the, now this 5 is centered 1 up, so this one will be the 7. This oil field will be 7. And if we look at the data I got from it, there is the 69 to 114 is chunk 7. And then the chunk that I am in, this chunk is 19 to 32 heavy oil. But if we look at this heavy oil chunk right here, that is a really good, that's a really good oil field. Heavy oil is probably one of the best sources to get fluids from. So if we look at heavy oil, distillation tower. If we do heavy oil, we get 250 liters of sulfuric heavy oil. We get 45 of light fuel, 15 of naphtha, and 60 of sulfuric oil. Whereas if we do just regular oil, regular oil, I only get 15 heavy fuel from it, 50 light fuel, 20 naphtha, and 60 gas. So heavy fuel is kind of what I'm thinking I want to distill from. You just get a lot more fuel and all sorts of stuff from it. And heavy fuel, again, if we crack it into, let's see, like severely steam cracked heavy fuel and distill that, we can get so much out of it. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. I'd have to check the exact things, but anyway, I think to start out with, we're going to be drilling heavy fuel, I think. And I just realized one slight issue is, am I going to be able to distill this in an LV? Heavy oil. Yeah, I just realized that. So I'm going to need an MV distillery to distill this. So yeah, that is definitely a consideration. I just realized. Maybe. Yeah, maybe it would be better to focus on just regular oil, which is actually in this chunk that I'm in, this oil field, my base. Maybe it would be better to do that first until I have some better, because I already have my stuff set up for this and I can do this at LV. So maybe, yeah, I would like to eventually get heavy oil drilling, but I think, I think for now, I'm actually just going to do this chunk, because it's a decent chunk. I remember, 69 to, it's regular oil too, right? Yeah, it's regular oil. It's not raw oil. Raw oil, although I get more raw oil from this oil field, it doesn't distill down as well. All right, and we're going to put that back. So question is, where do I want to build this oil field? Now, these drills, each one of these chunks has that, I guess I should not stop putting this away because I keep looking at it. Each one of these chunks has between this amount. So some of the chunks might have 69, some may have 113. It's random how it figures that out. And the oil drilling rig, if we look at that working on 1 by 1 chunks, and there is 3 versions of it. This does the drilling rig 2 does a 4 by 4 chunk, and the oil drilling, which one is it? Here we go. The oil drilling rig 3 does an 8 by 8. So this one drilling rig, wherever I put it, will do the entire oil field it'll pull from. This will do half. And then this only does a 1 by 1 chunk. So I kind of want to, I need to be kind of organized with this, I think, so I know which oil fields have kind of been depleted and stuff. I don't know how. I don't know how, like, I can probably just mark it on my waypoint so I know. I don't particularly want to do it out here because I'm going to have to run to it. So maybe I'm thinking maybe over maybe over here we'll just kind of set it up in the meantime, I think. Although getting here, a little bit annoying when I'm not chopping down trees. But I don't know, maybe out here would be a good oil chunk. Possibly. Could put it in this one, or I don't want to go this way because I don't know where I'm going to expand my base. Let me figure out where I want to put this, and I will build out a little bit of a platform, and we will continue. All right, I got a bit of a platform here, and I'm just checking out the chunk boundaries. Now, unfortunately, I kind of did build it in between chunks here, so I'm going to have to... There's not enough room on the side, so I'm going to have to put it over here. So that is not ideal, but I would like to have this all in one single chunk. Now, to build this, if I can remember, it's a 3x3. So why don't we do it like there? Well, we'll put that there. Now we need a hatch for the fuel that will be pumped out. I guess we'll put that there. And I might have a pipe running back to the base. I'm not sure yet. And then I need a place for the energy to go in, the power to go in. I put it there. I'm actually going to face it upwards, I think. And then last but not least, we need a maintenance hatch. So how do we just put that there? I have the stack of mining pipes, and that goes in there. And this actually tells you how to make it, but that looks a bit confusing. But it's actually not that bad at all. Basically just that. And that. And then these machine casings, or machine steel frame boxes on the sides, and then up like this. And there we go. That is all there is to it. So that is the oil drilling rig. It's all in one chunk. And I can turn this off. Now, one thing you have to be careful with is this energy hatch will blow up if it gets wet or if it rains. Now, I believe you can actually put covers on it, and that will stop it from getting wet. Now, I haven't tested that on an actual thing yet. So I may do that in a test world, and I'm just going to kind of cover it up like that, I think, for now. I'm going to test this in a test world. I'm going to build this and then see what can be touching the rain and what can't be. Because I really don't like the way that looks. I would like to just put some covers over this. I think I can do that. But like I said, I'll have to test that. All right. So obviously we got our problems. I have a couple of these on me. Crowbar, soft mallet, soldering iron. So we need screwdriver, wrench, I think. So a screwdriver and a regular hammer. And then I need to go craft that battery buffer up. I should have like an entrance over here. Maybe I should build that as well. These are all finished. So let's go ahead and turn these into the 16 slots. There is the medium battery buffer. Now this holds 16 batteries if I want. So there we go. Before I run there is my hammer. And what did I say? I needed a hammer and a screwdriver. I actually had that on me. But for now, I am going to borrow a couple of these batteries. So I don't know. Let's say 4. I probably don't need that many. Just do 2. It's close enough. That's the one nice thing in building it so close. And then I'm going to, how about we do these? I think I have everything to get this going. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a door right here coming down. So we're going to place this medium battery buffer here. Face it down. Before we do that, let's fix these maintenance issues. Everything is running fine. It has the mining pipes, and then put those in there, and it is draining power. And as we can see, that's draining quite a bit of power here. I'm not sure how I want to... Actually, that was filling the battery. Let's sleep. When I was building this platform, there was some slime over there that kept throwing me in the air. So I got to extend my wall as well. So many things to do, so little time. So if we click on that, it has 1500. I feel like that drained way more than 1500. Yeah, it did. So I still don't know. Is this in like thousands maybe or something like that? Times 10, I don't know. Anyway, this will have power. I need to hit it with a soft melt, and in theory this should turn on. So there it goes. Now what it's doing is drilling down the mining pipes. We can go down here and it should... I am quite far down here. It's going to take a while to get down here. But it's going to drill down... Oh, I'm not going to see it anyway. I thought this went over there. Alright, so it's going to drill all the way down to bedrock. And I did put enough mining pipes in it, didn't I? I just had a thought. I'm just... Yeah, we're at Y level 63, so as we can see, we have 36 more to go. Now this will get down to bedrock, and then it should, in theory, start pumping oil, just regular oil. And then I'm gonna, let me cut. I'm going to test the rain in my test world, and we'll come back when this is working. All right, we are almost, we actually might be at the bottom. Oh, we are. All right, so there we go. We are drilling, doesn't say what it is. Oh, there it is, oil. Can't see it. So yeah, we're drawing oil and we're getting, it's going too fast for me to really see how much is in this chunk. Does that say? No, it's not going to tell you how much you're getting. It's about 40 something. I feel like it's, is it? It's about 40 something per tick. All right, so that is, it's not the best chunk obviously, but yeah, it works. And then that will fill up my things of oil. Unfortunately, it is using quite a bit of power here, isn't it? Because these are going to empty out almost right away. And yeah, I'm curious if this is only pulling amps from this one single chunk that we're in. So this chunk, I'm curious if like this chunk would be better, or would there be a better chunk? Because I know there's like a whole, it's about 40, it's jumping around, but it's about 40 per operation. But yeah, that is drawing a lot of power, isn't it? Maybe, yeah, I need to come up with a solution how to power this, because walking over here with batteries every time is a bit annoying. But yeah, so that is us pulling or drilling oil. And then I'm going to probably have this connected to my base somehow, probably underneath just some regular pipes. Now, does this turn off when this is full? This is another question. All right, so we already ran out of power, so that does go through a whole lot of power. I'm curious. I guess it's using a 128, is it? Because it is an MV rig. I'm just gonna pull. I gotta make some more batteries, I think. Well, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I need to. I don't really want to run cables over because the distance is a bit far. Is that going to turn on, or do I need to? All right, I need to right click it. It seems every time. All right. Let's see if this will tell me. Probably uses 112 EU per tick. Yep. I just feel like I'm not getting a whole lot of oil from that. I thought it'd be better. We're in 5. Yeah, I thought it'd be a bit higher than that. Obviously, this is, it varies. I think it can go up or down 25% or something, I think I read. So I may just be in this one little chunk right here, may just not be that efficient. Now, if I had the higher tier, obviously that'd be pulling from 16 chunks. And then this would be pulling from 64 chunks of oil. So definitely keep that in mind with upgrading. But this, it looks like this needs titanium. Yeah, and I mean, it's HV, so it's not super advanced, but it does need titanium. What if it needs, yeah, and it needs a titanium. Everything needs to be titanium as opposed to steel. Now, I did some testing, and it looks like the MV hatch will catch fire if it is exposed to rain, but if you cover it in the like foil, I guess we can use, should probably use something else that's not quite as valuable as silver, like a thing. I could put silver on it. Actually, I do like the steel. I like the color. I just like the gray. Alright, let's just throw a couple more in here. And yeah, it looks like it's not going to... If I just cover up the 2 electric parts, it doesn't look like it's going to catch fire. But it still makes me a bit nervous, leaving it out kind of exposed. But I'm curious, is this going to turn off when the battery... So it's full, and it is still running. Okay, so that is definitely something to keep an eye on. Because it is voiding. It's voiding fuel right there. So it's 39, it said. Alright, so that's a thing. I'm curious if I move this, will it do better? Will I get a better rate? Like if I moved it 1 over. I may have to test that out. Now, with these foils, we can just do, if you right click on them, that will cover everything up. The only issue with this is, like, I can get rid of all this. Like, in theory, I tested it and ran it for about 15 minutes in the rain, and I didn't see any fire. But if this does blow up, I don't know. Feels bad if it does. So the only problem with this is you can't access the battery buffer. Oops. So if I like right click on it, you can't get it. You would have to like remove it to get into the thing. Now, yeah, I have to figure out all the different, like what I'm getting off of because I'm using MV power here, and I don't know. I'm burning fuel for the power, not that one, if I can find it. Fuel. The diesel. Does it tell me how much? So I get 480,000 EU from 1 bucket of diesel fuel. And then I get 6 from this recipe, so this is like nothing. So I gotta figure out, well, yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit of math here to figure out if pumping this is getting me a net gain, because this is draining my MV batteries pretty fast, and I'm not getting a whole lot of oil. So I may move this and kind of see if I can get a better rate for this. I may just be in a bit of a low chunk, because 39 is definitely not, yeah, we can see that that number is going down. So I'm getting 39 each tick. That is definitely not as good as I was hoping. It would be more like 100. So I'm getting 30 less than that. That's almost half of what it says on here. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Next episode, we will figure this out, and I'm not sure where I want to go next. I do need to get a couple more things. A plastic board is kind of one of the main ones, and maybe craft a HV hull and see where that takes us into the HV age. I need to craft up a bunch of stainless steel as well. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.